Hey, 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 what up? Hello, my favorite people. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time and to watch me tonight. If you're catching this video on an email or YouTube or tomorrow, I just want you to know that I truly appreciate you being here with me tonight. And if you are, please let me know. Drop a comment below if something that I start talking to you about really starts resonating with you, or if you've ever been in that situation, or if you just know what the hell I'm talking about. Definitely give me the hearts, the thumbs up, show me some love in any way, shape, or form. So tonight's topic, right, is all about how successful people know that in order to achieve great things, and we're talking big goals, dreams, life desires, that they know that there's no easy way to get there, and that sometimes they definitely have to take the stairs. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into tonight's topic because I am so stoked. I've had such a fabulous day. It started out with a great coaching call, of course, and then it went into an amazing networking event that I have every Thursday that kind of just jives me up. Then it went straight into an awesome event launch that I'm going to tell you about here in a little bit to tonight's live session. I'm totally stoked. So here we go. I'm about to break down what it is that we were talking about. So, my coaching style is focused on making simple lifestyle habit changes, minor mindset shifts, implementing more self-care in our life, and of course, building strong foundations. I like to focus on the little 1% daily tasks that equal big time results. And trust me when I say it, my clients are seeing some big results. It is so exciting to be able to be on that journey with them. So if you can just think if you wanted to improve in a certain area in your life, and you decided that from day one and for a whole year that you were going to improve one thing 1% better every day, a year from now you would be 365% better in the area that you wanted to focus on. Isn't that freaking awesome? Give me a hell yeah for that one, right? Who doesn't want to be 10% better? Who doesn't want to be 50% better? But if you focus on the 1% change, a year from now, you, my friend, will be 365% better than you are today. Your business will be better a year from now if you just focus on the plan and the 1% change. So what do? I'm a life, mindset, and health coach. I am the owner and boss babe creator of 365 Daily Hustle. I'm also a motivational speaker and a personal trainer. So you can tell I just love challenging not only my mind, my body, but also spiritually. I just love being the best version of myself. And I like doing that for my clients. So what is it that I do? Well, I help clients convert dreams into reality. I help clients achieve big time goals. I help clients build consistency so that they can achieve a life full of health, wealth, self-care, happiness, and joy. I get to do that every day of my life. That's freaking awesome if you ask me. But how do I do this, right? So this is what I'm about to break it down, and we're not going over every 1% change. I'm just going to talk to you about the strong foundation of a really good staircase. Okay. Again, successful people know that you can't high jump up 10 steps because you need to go through the entire process in order to get to step 10. So what it is that we're going to talk about again is how successful people are achieving great things, specifically how I like to coach my clients on how to get shit done and achieve big things. So here we go. A really good foundation for any type of success is that the first step always starts with the dream. Okay? So every dream typically begins in our heart or in our head, or by someone else's opinion or thought. They're like, oh, that's a great idea. I could totally do it. But it typically stems from something. right? Every great invention was once a tiny little seed that got planted into our brains, and then we were like, oh, totally freaking cool. I'm going to keep nurturing it. I'm going to keep growing that seed until it's a full blown out dream. So yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I work with clients, of course, that have really big goals and dreams that I just geek out over, but I also help men and women identify what it is their dreams and goals are, which is really cool too, to be a part of that process. So in order to start dreaming, right, sometimes we need to get past the good old mindset that gets us stuck. And what I mean by that is when an idea pops into your brain, instead of thinking, I can't do that. Instead, you would be like, what if I could? Those are the magic words. What if I could build a business that made over $10 million a year? What if I could live a life full of passion and love and excitement and, you know what, have a job that I enjoy, right? So we cannot let the negative thoughts, that inner voice, creep up into our heads and stop us from wanting to even dream. Okay, so we cannot allow the opinions or thoughts of others affect your dream. So life is too short. Just remember that we need to let go of thinking small. Don't be like stuck in the average zone. Get your ass out of the zone, get yourself into the fast lane, and let's go. So the next step that I like to always, of course, look at as far as successful people building their dreams and doing the damn thing is that once they dream it, right, the seed has been planted, you then need to start to believe it. Yes, your dreams need to be big. Yes, your dreams need to be somewhat scary and definitely out there. Your dreams need to be stretching you so that you are no longer able to think and act the way that you normally would. Why? Because you're not going to get to some fancy schmancy dream by just living in the average lane. Nope, you got to step outside and start to believe it, right? So your dreams also need to be, like, once you have the dream and you can start to believe it, that it's possible, it needs to be, I guess, believable, which is why this is the second step, right? Believable and achievable. You must be able to say that if I work really hard, if I hustle every day, and I'm okay with giving up the little comfortable things every day, that yes, I can freaking achieve anything that my heart desires. A great example with this would be is if a person that has zero college education, right? But they have a dream that he or she is going to build a $50 million a year company. That is a big dream, right? But is it believable? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? Because we've seen it happen time and time and again. It's that comeback. It's like, yeah, if they could do it, I can do it. Well, that's your thought process starting to believe in that little seed that you planted a while ago in the dream stage. The next major step, of course, on the strong foundation of successful people is to be able to see it. Now, this is a tool that you definitely have to work on. It's definitely something that my clients work with me all the time on, but all great achievers have this habit. Okay, and I'm about to tell you the secret, so take notes. Just kidding. The secret sauce is that they visualize it. They visualize what success looks like. They picture themselves literally walking into the bank, making their very first deposit that they just made on their business. They can see it. They want it so badly, right? And then they can start to, like, when we plant that vision in our brain, then I say, well, what's next? What else does that look like for you? And they say, well, I would love to be checking my bank statements and just seeing an abundance amount of income be coming in, right? Okay, so that's the next visualize. They're physically seeing in their brain their bank account growing. The next, when I say, let's go a little deeper, right? What does that dream look like? What does it feel like? What excites you about it? And that person might think, damn. They close their eyes and they say, you know what, Carissa? I can pretty much feel the sun shining on my back because I'm sitting on a yacht somewhere in the Caribbean, doing what I love, making money, and living my dream, living life to the fullest. And I'm like, damn, okay, so that's what we capture. That is what we start to envision every day for our goals and dreams and desires. It's a huge trick. Every major athlete does this. I mean, as a child, I was a gymnast, and we were told, and I tell this story a lot, but as a competitive gymnast, we would work so many hours a day in the gym. And then coach, right before a meet, he would say, Carissa, girls, right? I want you to go home and envision the win. So like we would literally be laying on the mat and the floor, and we would be like going over every single detail that gets us to the gold medal. I can still feel the chalk on my hands if I close my eyes and I really dig into that dream again. I can hear, the crowd that's so loud, and then they quiet down the minute your hands touch the beam. I can hear that. I can see it. Why? Because I envisioned it my entire childhood to get to the Olympic gold, but minor back injury, bad knees, took me out of the game. So what did I do? I changed my dream. You got it. So that's kind of it, right? Is you have to be able to visualize it. This is a tool. This is a skill. You're not just going to pick it up like that. It takes practice building these mental rehearsals in your head. Okay? So the next major step that's huge in the staircase to success and achieving all that you want to achieve is that, again, you need to see it, right? Ooh, sorry, we already did that. Is to tell it. This is one of my favorites because some people will say, Carissa, I read an article that said you shouldn't, tell people about your goals and blah, 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 blah. Well, I would always offer my perspective, and this is my perspective on telling people about your goals and dreams. So one reason why I believe that people don't achieve their success and their goals and their dreams is because they tell no one about it. They're so afraid that their crazy big idea for taking their company somewhere, or that they're like, I really want to lose like 50 pounds. Like they're so afraid that people will judge them for it. And what's worse is that, we don't pursue these dreams because of other people's ideas and beliefs on us. We have to learn to let that go. Another reason why people don't want to tell someone is because they're afraid, right, that others will view, like if they want this specific goal and they don't make it, right? They're afraid of what others will think. They'll be like, ooh, that Carissa, she didn't make it. No, said no one ever, right? Like, because there's that science behind when we tell people, it somehow kind of holds us accountable to those dreams. So there, and I want to say like, successful people also believe in the power of like the failures, right? We grow so much when we fail. In fact, there's not a day that goes by that I am not trying something that I'm like, damn it, that didn't work like I thought. And unlike the average person that's totally okay with sitting in the comfortable zone, I'm like, okay, well, regroup. What do I need to do to get to X? This didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work. Let's try this, right? So great people that achieve major success personally and professionally know how to pick themselves back up and try again. They see failure as learning opportunities. Plus, I'm a huge believer in that what we say and we put out into the universe is what we can start to believe. And what we say out into the universe and share with people is that's what we manifest. Right? If you're constantly negative, you're attracting negative people. If you're constantly like in the average zone with your business because you hang around like average people, your business is average. Okay? If you're trying to lose weight and you're hanging out with people that drink and eat anything that they want, and they don't, think that physical fitness is important, and they just don't care about their overall well-being, how they sleep, then you too, my friend, are not going to achieve your weight loss. Just another reason why telling someone else about your dreams, goals, and biggest desires helps hold us accountable, which is a huge part of coaching and mentoring. As a coach, I strive on, like, my biggest thing when people say how, what sets you apart is because I'm a no bullshit coach. I'm calling you out when I see that. Like, you've given me permission when you want to work with me. You're like, yes, I know that I tend to go backwards and I need someone to help push me forward. I need that accountability piece. I need the person that says in a couple days, did you do X? And when they're like, no, I'd be like, well, the reason, right? We need to figure out our why so that motivates you. Really important. The next part of the staircase of successful people is the plan. The big, juicy, fat plan. I will say that every dream starts with a single plan. Your dreams just don't happen overnight. You need to be able to sit down on a regular basis and look at your strategies and your processes. You need to know what works and what doesn't work. You need to take that roadmap to success, chunk it down into manageable pieces that you can do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, and do it. Right? And part of leadership is really hard when I work with business owners is they want to hoard all that. They're afraid of letting certain pieces of their business go because they're thinking no one else can do it as good as I can. But I'm here to tell you that is the quickest way to hit burnout. Okay? And then the plan doesn't work. You get frustrated, you're irritated, your employees are not liking you. Doesn't matter what it is. If you are on a meal plan and you're not following the plan, right, that the nutritionist or the dietitian kind of laid out for you, you get burnt out. You're like, it's not working. So, which brings me to the next step in the success of a solid foundation is the work. It's the good old hustle that I'm about to talk to you about. So, wouldn't life be pretty awesome if you could think about your dream, start to believe in your dream, create a plan for the dream, and then the next day you just woke up on Mr. Dream's doorstep, knocked the door, and was like, hello, I'm here to live my dream. I'm here to tell you that is never going to work, okay? So the best part of the plan, I love strategic thinking. I love creating plans on how to get there. But the biggest tool is the hard work and the hustle, right? It's doing the damn job no matter how tired you are. Typically those high achievers, those people the go-getters, the hustlers, the people out making a difference in this world are the people that are working 110%. Right? You don't see people ask, have you ever seen this show? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. They're like, oh, well, have you heard this new thing? I'm like, no, I haven't. And they're like, well, geez, what do you do? And I said, I'm reading, I'm educating, I'm, learning more things. I'm trying to be better. It's not that I don't enjoy sitting on the couch and watching a TV show every now and then, but I also know what it takes to hit my goal, to be living my dream, my passion, my reality. So instead of watching the latest episode of your new favorite TV show that's out, how about you put that effort into your dreams, your desires, and your goals? I know that's going to be really tough because at the end of the day, nobody wants to go home and work another couple of hours on their next phase, right? If you don't love what you do, then change it. If you're not in love with your body or you wish, you could lose some weight, gain some weight, whatever it may be, change it. Instead of going home from work, from a job that you probably are stuck in or you hate, that you're miserable at, go home and start working on the parts that you want to see change. Exercise, eat right, get off your butt, okay? There's that no bullshit coach coming out in me. You can tell I'm really passionate about it. So if you want something, you have to build it. That favorite quote from A Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. You have to build a solid foundation and you have to work 1% every single day that's going to get you to your next dream, your bigger successes, that ultimate happiness and joy. Okay? The last major piece of the success foundation staircase is that you need to enjoy it. right? When you have reached that goal and you're living your dream, be sure to enjoy it. In fact, enjoy the entire journey. I want you to really think about and enjoy the ups, the downs, the struggles, the wins, right? The big contracts that you scored, the needle movers. You should take a minute and A, thank yourself for working so damn hard getting you there, and B, like reward yourself with that. And I'm not talking like, I hear it a lot. They're like, oh my gosh, I just lost 20 pounds. It's been amazing. I'm going to get to reward myself. And I'm like, ooh, what are you going to do? They're like, oh, I've been wanting a cheeseburger from Stella's for like 6 months. And I'm like, wait, what? You're rewarding yourself with food? Or, as parents, we do this with our children. If they play good, we're like, you get an ice cream cone. You get more sugar. Instead, you need to be rewarding yourself by reinvesting in yourself. And what I mean by that is, when I, take on a new client, when I decide that, yes, I want to work with this client, we're going to do great things, I reward myself with like another book, or like at the end of the day, like I go to 4 different conferences a year. Why? Because they motivate me. They jazz me up. They get me excited to keep coaching. Not to mention I get to learn so many cool new techniques and sequences, and just really investing back in myself the proper way, right? If your team does really good, how are you rewarding them? Are you taking them out for pizza and beer? And then you're going to complain 4 months later when they're like, not as healthy and they're taking sick days. Like, reward them with health, reward them with coaching, reward them with some type of, hey, you did fantastic. I know you really wanted this book. You've been eyeballing it. Have it, right? So reward yourself. And then, of course, like any coach, once I get you to that dream, that goal, that desire that you've been wanting so freaking bad, we're going to celebrate it. We're going to reward ourselves. And then I'm going to ask you to go back down the steps to step number 1 and dream a little bit bigger this time. So, yep, that's where that continuing, like someone said, are you ever satisfied? And I was like, no. Right? I always want to be bigger, better, stronger. It doesn't matter what it is that I'm doing. Okay? So I'm never, and it's not that I'm not satisfied in life. Trust me, I'm like freaking living on cloud 9. So I don't mean to gloat, but like I love it. Right? When I wanted to lose, when I was weighing 213 pounds, I just wanted to get under 200. I would have never dreamed of 127 was ever in my cards, ever again. I would have never thought that I was going to see that 6-pack ever again since I was like 12 and in gymnastics. But you want to continue to strive to be better. So start back at 1, start dreaming, start building, start envisioning, start visualizing, start saying, start achieving, and then you're going to enjoy it all over again. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time with me this evening to watch this tonight. If you're catching it on the replay, don't forget to leave me a comment below. Let me know you're here. And I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. What? And have a great weekend. Stay hustling. And remember, ignite your passion, inspire action coaching with Carissa. Bye.